Welcome back to episode 24 of the Turing Test podcast, everyone. I'm Jamie, and as always, I'm joined by the argumentative Rachel.
Argumentative. I think you mean insightful, Jamie. And hello to our listeners.
Right, insightful. So today we're diving headfirst into a topic that's hotter than a stolen credit card at a Taylor Swift concert: AI intellectual property. Who owns the rights to content generated by AI? Rachel, kick us off. What's the deal?
Well, the legal landscape is, to put it mildly, a bit of a mess. We've got these incredible AI tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney pumping out everything from poems to paintings. But the law is struggling to keep up. I mean, are we talking about copyright for the user who prompts the AI, for the developers who created the AI? It's a real head-scratcher.
Okay, but let's be real, Rachel. Isn't this just a case of old laws needing a little update? We've adapted laws for the internet, for digital music. Why not for AI? Just tweak the existing framework, right?
Tweak? Jamie, this isn't just some minor software update. We're talking about fundamentally rethinking how we define authorship. If a machine creates something truly novel, can we even call it intellectual property in the traditional sense? I mean, where's the human ingenuity?
Oh, come on, Rachel. Don't be so dramatic. It's still a tool, just a very sophisticated one. The user provides the input, guides the process, shapes the output. They're the creative force. The AI is just the instrument. Like, you wouldn't say a piano owns the rights to a concerto, would you?
That's a simplistic analogy, Jamie. A piano doesn't compose, it reproduces. These AI models are generating genuinely new content, sometimes in ways even their creators don't fully understand. It's not just a matter of pushing keys, it's like discovering a new element on the periodic table. You wouldn't say the scientist who discovered it doesn't own the rights just because they used a fancy microscope, would you?
Okay, I see your point. But then, what's the solution? Do we just throw up our hands and say anything AI creates is public domain? That's hardly fair to the companies investing billions in this technology.
No, of course not. But we need a new framework, one that recognizes the unique nature of AI-generated content. Maybe a system of shared ownership or a new type of license specifically for AI works. We need to think outside the box, Jamie, not just try to cram a square peg into a round hole.
All right. I'm willing to entertain some out-of-the-box thinking. But let's not forget the practical implications. If we make it too difficult to protect AI-generated content, we risk stifling innovation. Companies won't invest if they can't profit.
And if we don't address the ethical and legal questions now, we'll end up with a wild west of AI-generated content, with ownership disputes and copyright battles left and right. It'll be like the Napster era all over again, just with more robots.
Okay, so we agree on one thing. This is a complex issue with no easy answers. But hey, that's what makes it fun to discuss, right? Speaking of fun, let's take a quick break and hear from our sponsor. By the way, so before we continue, just a quick shout out to Augmented AI, the producer of the Turing Test podcast. Augmented AI hosts a variety of cutting-edge courses in generative AI, large language models, edge AI, robotics, and computer vision. You can get a free generative AI course at bit.ly/Turing Test Podcast or go to www.augmentedstartups.com. All right, we're back. So Rachel, let's talk about the recent lawsuit against OpenAI. People are suing them for using their copyrighted works to train ChatGPT. What do you make of that?
Well, it's a landmark case, that's for sure. It really highlights the thorny issue of data ownership in the age of AI. I mean, these models are trained on massive data sets scraped from the internet. But where's the line between fair use and outright theft?
See, I think this is where the human element argument falls apart. These AI models aren't just copying and pasting, they're learning and synthesizing information in a way that's arguably transformative. It's like a chef learning from cookbooks. They don't just plagiarize recipes, they use them as inspiration to create something new.
Oh, please, Jamie, that's ridiculous. A chef isn't copying entire cookbooks verbatim and claiming the resulting dish is their own original creation. These AI models are ingesting copyrighted material without permission, and that's a problem.
But isn't that how learning works? We absorb information, process it, and create something new based on that knowledge. Are we saying AI shouldn't be allowed to learn?
No, but there's a difference between learning and stealing. We need to find a way to compensate creators for the use of their work in training these AI models. Maybe a system of micropayments or a collective licensing agreement. We can't just let these tech giants profit off the backs of artists and writers without giving them their due.
Okay, I see your point. But then who's responsible for policing this? Are we going to have AI police scanning the internet for copyright infringement? It sounds like a logistical nightmare.
It's a challenge, for sure. But we've overcome similar challenges before. We need to develop new tools and technologies to track and manage the use of copyrighted material in AI training. It's not going to be easy, but it's necessary if we want to create a fair and sustainable ecosystem for AI development.
Well, Rachel, I think we can agree on one thing. This is a conversation that's just getting started. We're going to be grappling with these questions for years to come. And who knows, maybe we'll even have some answers by the next episode.
One can only hope, Jamie. One can only hope. And in the meantime, our listeners can keep up with the latest developments by, subscribing to our podcast and following us on social media. And lastly, don't forget to check out Augmented AI University to upgrade your skills and become an AI expert fast. Go to bit.ly/Turing Test Podcast to enroll in your free cutting-edge AI course at augmentedstartups.com. See you next time.